This is breaking news from CBS News Bay Area.
All right, we are continuing to follow breaking news here on CBS News Bay Area. Back to that story we have been following all day in Hercules along I-80. Those westbound lanes still shut down. They have been shut down before 8 this morning. This is because Richmond police, ended up shooting and killing a person in those lanes. So, live look right now from Chopper above the highway, and you can see we have some crime scene text there on the scene. What appears to be a police vehicle, because you can see some lights in there. That black vehicle where they are centered around. They had been taking a lot of things out of that vehicle and put them on the roadway. And then we have this box truck here. So, not exactly sure what is going on, but our chopper has been keeping an eye on this all day long. Again, this happened at about 8 this morning, and they shut down those westbound lanes of I-80 in Hercules right by the intersection with Highway 4. And it just caused massive traffic backups that we have been dealing with all day long. And it continues. The work there at the scene continues. Looking at the highway patrol there, as well as a Richmond PD vehicle. It took police a long time to confirm exactly what was going on. And then we finally heard earlier this afternoon, we had it confirmed that it was an officer involved shooting involving somebody from the Richmond Police Department who shot and killed a person. We don't know what led up to that, or what this person might have been accused of, how it turned deadly. So, a lot of questions right now. We know that this is under investigation by the California Attorney General's office. Rob Bonta saying that his office is following Assembly Bill 1506 that requires the California Department of Justice to investigate officer involved shootings that resulted in the death of an unarmed person. So we know that this person was not armed when the Richmond police officer shot him, at least according to this statement from California Attorney General Rob Bonta, and that his office is investigating this. But the investigation has been going on all day long there at the scene. You can see they are picking apart some evidence there, emptying out some of the vehicles that have been there all day, making sure that they have everything they need for their investigation, which is likely to take some time. Again, a lot of questions about exactly where this person was coming from. Was this a chase, and how it turned deadly? But we know that, oh, that's the California Department of Justice vehicle right there. Um, so that is the state, just as the attorney general said, coming in to investigate this. Not coming in after the fact, coming in when the scene is still hot, after this officer involved shooting went down earlier this morning. It was fairly unusual for this roadway to be blocked off all day long, starting at about 8 a.m. Before 8 a.m., really. You were just taking a look at our live traffic map. We're going to try to get that back on for you, because you can see that the traffic is still a total nightmare right now. That purple that indicates that it's just in parking lot level, and that is probably that area of the roadway where we saw the investigators doing their work right now. That is where it is closed down, and behind that, nothing but red all the way up to the bridge there. So we're going to keep that in a box so you can take a look at what you're dealing with there if you are heading out onto the roadways. And that's the westbound direction of 80. That's really bad right now. And also of Highway 4, which that is counter commute. That is the only good news there for people trying to get around. Of course, this morning it was not. So that was pretty troublesome for anybody trying to make their way into the city or into the Oakland area. But now we are seeing some major backups there building in the eastbound direction as well. Before we get to that investigation site, you can see plenty of red there on our map, starting miles back, miles away from the junction there with Highway 4. So the traffic trouble continues in either direction right now because of this investigation that has been underway for many hours right now. Now it looks like the state is taking over to make sure that this all the evidence that they could collect is being done before they do reopen this roadway. So no estimated time on when that might happen at this point. We know that one person has died. That person was shot by a member of the Richmond Police Department. Hercules police were on scene for a while because that's the city closest to this accident site there on I-80. Again, if you're not familiar with the area, we do have that map there on the left-hand side of your screen showing not only the location right there at the intersection of 80 and 4, but also the current traffic conditions. We have been tracking them live all day, and it's just been an absolute mess. Again, it's going miles right now in both directions of 80 and in the westbound direction of Highway 4. So it's just been a nightmare for people trying to get around. I mean, there are people stuck in their vehicles for hours along 80 earlier today. Hopefully, they were able to turn around at some point because this closure has just shown no sign of letting up. Then on the left-hand side of your screen right now, that is live pictures from our chopper of the state investigation that is going on right now. We got a statement from California Attorney General Rob Bonta. He said that it is his office that is taking over this investigation. There'll likely be also several local investigations, including one by the county DA's office. But they are looking into this right now, and we are still waiting for a lot more details from police as to what led up to this. Again, looks like everybody is being pretty careful, pretty tight-lipped, but we do know that it was a Richmond police officer who shot and killed a person who, at least from the statement we got here from the Attorney General Rob Bonta, that that person might have been unarmed. That is when the state comes in to do a thorough investigation. So the video that you're looking at here on your left hand side of your screen, excuse me, let me take a pause. That is from earlier today. Again, we've been covering this since about 8 this morning. That is from earlier today. That is when we did see a car. It was a gold car. That car has now been taken away, but that car was there, and that is where they seem to be focusing the investigation. So presumably that could have been the car that the person who ended up being shot was driving, though there were also reports of shots fired on the highway, whether that was the officer involved shooting or a prior shooting that led to the officer involved shooting. We don't know. Again, a lot of questions, but we know there was a gold car involved, and now the investigation continuing with a police vehicle there and the state crime lab on scene to do their investigation. So the story of the day, as far as it's been affecting life in the East Bay, is this just massive traffic backups, and it looks like this is about to ruin the evening commute as well. We normally see backups going eastbound at that point, people coming out of the city going out to the burbs, but this is going to be a double whammy since we had the backups in the other direction, the westbound direction, happening throughout the rest of the day. So, and you also see from our live traffic map there on the left-hand side of your screen that we have those backups from Highway 4 as well building. That's all in the red, the color-coded traffic maps here. We use those in the morning normally. Our Gianna Franco has an eye on the traffic. To let people know what they're facing when they get out the door. But when we have a major traffic alert like this, and really it is unusual to be seeing something last all day when it comes to a closure. So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. We have an eye on this. We're going to have a live report coming up at 5, and we're going to keep you posted as we hopefully find out more information. Local and state investigation underway after an officer involved shooting in the Hercules area. That shooting on I-80, the westbound lanes, involving the Richmond Police Department. And we are live overhead from Chopper 5, watching the state investigation unfold. We're going to be right back.